can wait, we're only watching the skies, hoping for the best but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young or let us live forever. We don't have the power but we never say never. Sitting in a sad pit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun, praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. The music's played by the madman forever.
Hi, we're here today with Coach Stevenson, and we're going to interview him about our Coach Groesbeck, how he's retiring this year. And Coach Steve, you had the opportunity to coach with him and teach with him, and also
Play for
him. So, as with you coaching with him, what's your favorite Groesbeck memory?
Actually, it's probably when I played for him. I remember we were at, pretty sure it was North Severe, and their team had done something to make us mad. I can't remember what it was, but Coach Sheriff was just going off on us. Pre-game speech, getting us hyped up, yelling, screaming. I was a junior, and I was kind of a goof-off sometimes. So anyway, I'm sitting there listening, trying to get focused. Sitting by a couple of more serious seniors, and I look up and I see Coach Groesbeck going to wash his hands. And in that locker room, they had a little pedal. So you stepped on the pedal, held your hands down there, wash your hands. And the water was spraying him in the crotch as he held his hands down there, thinking he was washing them. Didn't even realize the water was spraying him until like 3 to 5 seconds later. And he looked down, jumped, had to grab a paper towel, pat himself dry. I was dying. I was trying so hard to hold it in because I knew how serious Coach Sheriff was and how serious the game was. Finally, I looked at somebody else and they smiled and I just lost it. But anyway, that's one of my favorite memories with him. Just something like that just always makes me laugh. And now that we go and play against North Severe, I always think of that moment.
Thank you. And how has he influenced you in your coaching and in your life?
In coaching, he's just always calm, cool, and collected. Like, he never seems to get flustered or frustrated. I know he's gotten after kids before, but he never gets so frustrated or crazy that he loses his train of thought or he loses his mind. It's kind of nice to me to be able to go to him or talk to him because he's just so calm about everything. And in the heat of the battle or in the heat of the game, it's hard to do that. Mm-hmm. And Coach Groesbeck was always someone there that could calm you down no matter what. And I always respected him for that. And then just how much he loved his students. He loved his athletes. I mean, he's been coaching since the late, I think, 1980s, early 90s. Anyway, he's just awesome. I had him coach me in football and in track, and then being able to come back here and coach with him and still have him as a mentor and be able to learn from him and all his life lessons that he's had has been great for me, and it's been a great opportunity. And I'm super thankful for him and thankful for the opportunity I had to coach with him.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're here now with Coach Sheriff, and you had the opportunity to coach with Coach Groesbeck for a lot of years. What's your favorite memory with him?
I think probably the time we were down in Hurricane playing, and we were on the headsets with Coach Teeples and Coach Groesbeck and myself, and someone got on our frequency and was able to hear what we were saying on our headsets and kind of started saying stuff, and Coach Teeples freaked on him and started just kind of getting after him, and we'd kind of forgotten that Coach Groesbeck was on the other side of the headset, and he probably heard a lot of colorful anecdotes in that conversation with this guy, and then we all felt bad and had to apologize to Coach Groesbeck for it. So, and that kind of was the norm, is I would put him up on the box, and then I'd forget he was up there, and I'd say stuff to myself that probably wasn't very nice, and then have to apologize because he was the bishop at the time. So anyway, those were always my memories with him, is the things that were said out of the heat of the moment on the headsets, not realizing he was kind of on the other end of it. So.
And how has he influenced you in your coaching career or in your life itself?
He was always, when we started at Millard High School, we were always that young, excited coaches. We were just all out of college, and he was kind of the veteran of our coaching staff, and so he was kind of the calming element for our coaching staff when we were freaking out and going crazy. He kind of had that calming demeanor about him that we kind of relied on to put things back in perspective when maybe things weren't going right and we were like not at a right mindset.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Good luck.
Go.
How has Coach Groesbeck influenced you in your life?
He was a great example of just a good athlete, of someone that, knew how to pay the price, and you could tell that from the way he kind of worked with us and taught us. But for me, even more personally, I could tell he had things going off the field that mattered. I could tell he was a family man and a husband and a father, and those things impressed me at the time and ever since.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jay Groesbeck. I am Coach Groesbeck's son, and I was asked to send in a video with some of my favorite memories of my dad coaching me and things I learned from him. But growing up, all I knew was Dad as a coach. Some of my earliest memories were me getting off the school bus, jumping on my bike, and riding as fast as I can to practice so I could hang out with him and the football players, and just grew to idolize him and the football program and wanted to really be a part of it. So when I got into high school, it was a dream come true to play for him. I believe it was my sophomore year, he was our sophomore coach when we would go play sophomore games. And those that know my dad, he's just a great coach. Does a great job getting to know his players. Not the type of coach that's gonna yell at you all day, and he's gonna find ways to really get to know his players and motivate them in the right ways. But it was also nice being his son because I could influence him as well. Be times when we'd be at practice and I could look at my buddies and we were just tired, didn't want to do much. I was like, "Hey, Dad, let's go get a drink break." And he looks around, he's like, "All right, drink break." So that was one of the advantages of being his sons. We can get water breaks when we wanted to, if I could just give him that look. But a lot of good memories playing for him. Got to see a different side of him. I could probably count on my hand the times I've heard him swear, maybe once or twice in my whole life, and one of those times was him coaching. We were at practice, and one of the players, I don't know what he said to him or did to him, but my dad had some choice words for him, and I just kind of looked around and was like, "Did my dad really say that?" And I was like, "That's awesome. It means I can say it now." But no, he was a great coach. Loved playing for him, loved being around him, and he really influenced my coaching career. I've coached for the last 10 years, and probably the biggest thing I got from my dad's example of being a coach is getting to know your players and finding ways to motivate them outside of what you think a stereotypical coach would be. Those that know my dad, he's not the type of coach, like I said, that's going to be yelling at you and screaming at you and use kind of the whip to get his players going, but he's going to get to know them, and he's going to really get to the root of what motivates a player and gets the best out of them. So that's what I've really learned from my dad, is to get to know your players, get to know what motivates them individually, and in the long run, that's what's going to get them to run through walls for you.